good morning, but good evening in this case, everybody. We got another tidbit coming to you live on our walk with the Yosh Man. Hey everybody, Josh Ezel, Breakthrough Real Estate Property Management and Event Services. Hope you're having a great morning. If there's anything we can do for you as far as being an agent, if you're looking for a new brokerage, getting a head start, rocking 2021. If you're an owner looking to buy or sell a home, if you're a first-time buyer and investor, I mean, we can help you in any real estate capacity. Property management, if you're looking for an investment property again, or if you're looking to maximize your investment, that is our specialty. And then as far as handyman services, it's a needed business. There are so many handyman companies out there, but very few what I would call professional companies that have computerized systems, warranties, follow-ups, guarantee, when we show up, our estimations and stuff like that. I mean, we are the breakthrough needed in all of these industries. So give us a holler. We'd love to help you out. All right. So today is one of those just frustrating days. Holy cow. All right. COVID is hitting my staff, so we're having to fill in for people. We've got a bunch of things going on. And then, of course, when you're at your busiest, what inevitably happens? Your internet goes down. And I have to say, I've been on the phone with a Sensory Link, the chat. I mean, and here's the thing, right? And I'm not one to throw any companies necessarily under the bus, but in this case, I was told 5 different times that certain things would happen. And when those things didn't happen, nobody took responsibility for it. Okay, so that's lesson number 1, taking responsibility. Number 2, if a customer is in need and they simply only need their internet turned back on, do you think good customer service is getting transferred back and forth between like 5 different departments? I can't help it. I just need my internet to work. They had a computer issue. So they kept transferring back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And each person kept saying, well, I can't help you, so I'm going to transfer you over here. And I can't help you, so I'm going to transfer you over here. So I went to customer service, I went to billing, I went to technical support, back to billing, back to customer service, back to technical support. And during that time, and this is an understatement, it was way more than that. I accidentally, with some of these customer service people, you're not sure, man. This is why you feel completely helpless. I got disconnected several times and had to call back, right? And of course, then you have to wait how long for them to pick up, right? So you're waiting, and of course you're getting frustrated, and you just feel helpless. So they transfer you without letting you know that they're going to transfer you, number 1. So you're just on hold, and all of a sudden somebody else picks up, and then you have to restate everything again. So frustrating, right? And then, get this. They said, well, I can't help you. I need to send you to my supervisor. So I left a message for the supervisor because, of course, they weren't there. So did they call me back today? Nope, right? But meanwhile, the other people's promises, or what they told me was going to happen, deadline 1 went by, called. They said, oh, sorry, you're still showing as, for some reason my account was showing suspended in their thing, even though I had made my payment. And so they shut off my thing. And literally when I call in, it said, you currently have a balance of $0. It's like, yes, I know, thank you. So it was obviously just a computer error. So they have it documented that I made my payment, but the computer was showing that I was still suspended. So you would think they would be able to just get my internet turned back on and fix it. You wouldn't think this was a big issue. But deadline came back on, and they said that my turn-on requests kept falling through the queue, right? So here's the next part. Okay, and this is so many lessons. So far you have responsibility, right? When you tell somebody a deadline or something, and whatever you tell them, if it doesn't happen, own it. At least show that you care and are sympathetic or empathetic towards the fact that whatever commitment you gave didn't happen. Feel for that person, please, right? Okay, so next, communication. Sorry, that was the second part. They transfer without telling you, and then they think that the solution is to leave a message for somebody. I'm sorry, but it's CenturyLink. You're calling on a Friday in the middle of the day. You shouldn't have to leave a message for a supervisor. I'm sorry. So when it didn't happen, call back, and you just want it to be fixed, right? So when you tell them that whatever other person's thing didn't happen, none of them owned what they said, right? And so they actually compounded it with, I caught them in a literal lie. Okay, so the first person today at 8 a.m. said, oh man, yeah, your thing fell out of the queue. I'm going to put it back in, and I'm going to put in an expedite order to make sure that, it gets turned back on. So it should be on in 2 or 3 hours. It's like, wonderful. Okay. So 2 or 3 hours go by. And so I call back at noon. It's 4 hours, right? And it was literally 8 o'clock because this happened at noon yesterday is when it first went out. So the first thing, 8 o'clock this morning, tried to get it taken care of. Noon, call back. And speaking to a lady, she's like, well, it fell out of the queue again. I'm like, well, please help. This is now the second time, so, when she puts me back in, it's going to be the third time I'm in the queue, right? So I mentioned that the guy said it was going to be expedited. She's like, well, I can't control what another person said. It's going to be up to 24 hours. And I'm like, what? 24 hours? The other guy put in an expedite queue. She's like, well, what does expedite mean to you? I'm like, what? Why are you asking me what expedite means to me? You guys are the ones that offer this expedite order to supposedly take care of it. So I would think expedite means you're taking special care to bump me in line to make up for the fact that I already got bumped twice now. So you're gonna help me out, get it done faster. No, that's not what we do. I don't know what he told you. There is no expedite, and it's going to be up to 24 hours. And I was like, so, and earlier in the conversation, she mentioned about being, honest, and they're an honest company. It's like, well, so why did that guy tell me he was going to expedite this if he wasn't going to expedite it? And why are you caring about honesty when I just caught you in a lie? And here's where it comes back to empathy. She didn't care what he said. She didn't care about the fact that it had now been 24 hours that I had been without internet and I worked from home. And at this point in time, I'm telling him I had a meeting at 1 p.m. So I need to get this done ASAP because this is going to hurt me badly if I don't have my internet. So anyway, she transfers me without telling me to her supervisor to leave a message. Right, so I leave a message. And then I call back and I said, well, I left a message. That doesn't solve my problem. I still need my internet turned back on. I don't have anything about anything going on right now. I don't have any timelines. I keep getting bumped from your queue. Nobody seems to care. So help me out. And then they transfer me back and forth between technical support, blah, 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 right? So finally, speak to somebody who says, okay, I'm going to put the expedite order on, and it's been over 24 hours, so I can do it, and, call back at 4 o'clock if it doesn't. So I was like, okay, so it doesn't happen, 4 o'clock. By the way, I had to make do with my meeting. It wasn't pretty. Hopefully I'm going to be able to save it if I can get my internet turned back on sometime soon. But anyway, call back at 4 o'clock, and the guy's like, I am so sorry. it appears that you got bumped again. You're in our new system, and for some reason this keeps happening with this new system, and we have a big email blast that's been going out for the last week. Everybody should know about this issue. I'm really sorry. I'm going to definitely send this email right now. Take care of you. And, if it's not up in a few hours, give us a call back. And this is so funny. I was like, okay, so you're saying, 2 to 3 hours, and this is 4 o'clock. So it's like, so I need to call back at 7 o'clock. He's like, well, we close at 7, so call back at like 6:40 or so to make sure you can speak to somebody. Okay, so of course at this point in time, I'm keeping a very good eye on this thing and the clock. So 6:40, internet's still not on, so I call and CenturyLink closes at 6. So the guy told me the wrong thing anyway. So I chat them up, okay? So get on the chat thing, 49th in line. And of course I don't have my computer, so I'm having to do this on my phone. So I'm having to refresh my phone like every few minutes, trying to make sure I don't miss anything, as far as, because that would suck to wait 49 people. In other words, like an hour or more, and miss your turn. So I'm on it, watching it. And so all they can tell me is, yes, I see you're still in line, and it should be 2 to 4 hours before it's on. So, here it is, 8:15, and it's still not on. And I chatted them up because I was like, look, at this point in time, and I listed it off. I said, you guys have not taken any responsibility for any of the information you've told me. Sorry, it's really dark right here. That you guys have literally been caught lying to me. You guys don't seem to care about any of the repercussions of what you've told me. And it's just like, man, this is like some of the worst customer service I've just ever experienced. So can you please give me a set answer? If it's not on this time, officially, by whatever time, what is it, will it be like 9:30 or 10 o'clock tonight? What are they willing to do? And that you would have thought after the third or the fourth miscommunication or whatever, they would have wanted to take care of it. So, so here's the next part of this little song. After a certain amount of messages, they will just not disconnect you, but your messages won't go through, and they will just appear there, but you can't send them any messages and they won't respond. So in other words, they kind of hang up on you without hanging up on you, right? And because of the broken promises, broken commitments and stuff, I literally said, okay, at this point in time, 3 things. Number 1, because of everything, how are you going to take care of me? ? Can I please have a copy of my phone calls today? Because I need to document how I was treated and things that were said. Can I please have a copy of the chat transcripts to document what was told to me? And please just let me know when my internet's going to be turned back on. No ifs, ands, or buts. Those are my 4 questions. And they never respond. Still don't know. They never definitively gave me an answer. And they obviously don't want a credit or anything like that. So, just a horrible, horrible lesson in customer service and so many takeaways. Take care of your people, man. If you tell somebody that you're going to do something, something's going to happen, mean it. And then help them solve their problem. Help people solve their problem. The problem's not over until it's solved. Plain and simple. And if you're in customer service, if you're dealing with any people, plain and simple, help them out, start to finish. Guide them. Not only pride yourself on guiding them start to finish, but pride yourself on doing it happily and make the process fun. You know, lots of people can do the job, but make it fun, make it better, you know? So not only do the job, but do it great, you know? Right? And then if you see somebody's really struggling and hurting, you know, a lot of people think that you're always mad and they need to defend. And I'll admit, I fall victim to that too all the time. But instead of becoming defensive, maybe they're just hurting. And maybe they need some caring words. Maybe they need somebody to listen. Maybe they need somebody to show that they care. And if they feel that somebody cares about them, maybe they will calm down. Maybe they will feel like they're being heard. Most people just want to be heard. It makes sense. Especially when they just need internet. All right? And then make sure you're honest. Never lie. Please never lie, people. There's no need for it. All right? And then, last but not least, communicate. Okay? Communicate. Don't hang up on people. Don't just ghost people. Don't just pawn stuff off and transfer people. Communicate. You know, if you're going to transfer somebody and convey the message so they don't have to repeat it again. You know, if you're going to help somebody, truly help somebody. If you're going to transfer somebody, let them know they're going to be transferred to somebody and why they're going to be transferred. You know, this is just good customer service. All right, I know this sounds like a giant, forgive me, I'm going to actually say it, bitch session. It really was, but I hope you all take it in the positive learning way that I really mean it, because people deserve great customer service, and we can offer it to them. And we should pride ourselves on that, right? All right, thanks for listening. Follow us on Patreon. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later.